This is Force on Force, a bracket-style tournament pitting the branches of our military head-to-head on the water. The site is Lake Fork in northeast Texas. The commander for this operation is Major Cody Robertson. Each matchup begins in the top, the Tactical Operations Center, set up lakeside, where Major Robertson delivers the rules of engagement for the day.
Yes! Yes! This is what we come to Lake Fork for. Air Force! You lose, Air Force! Yes! Yes! Yeah! 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 That's what I'm talking about! Yeah!
This is a first-round matchup pitting the Marines against the Army.
Come on, Jesse.
I can't believe y'all even showed up.
Uh-huh.
It's a good thing you got a dog. It's the best looking thing in your boat.
That thing can catch more fish than you can catch.
And more than you too. That's why you got it.
Matt Rivera was deployed 4 times in 9 years with the Marine Corps. Scott Deaton is a former E4 Marine Corporal.
Hey, it's all right. 3 against 2. Marines are used to being outnumbered.
But we love you.
But we love y'all.
The Army team brings together the father-son of Rory G. and Rory D. Lane. The son, Rory G., a former veterinarian technician. When you meet the third member of the Army team, you'll understand. The father, Rory D., spent 21 years in the Army before retirement. He was deployed 4 times.
Yeah, wait. You might not even show up today. Yeah. Jesse, sit. Sit.
Anglers, welcome to Force on Force Season 3. I'm Cody Robertson, your ground commander for this operation. Gentlemen, the country's been at war for 12 plus years in multiple theaters of operations. It's time to bring a esprit de corps of competition back to the waters here at Lake Fork, Texas. Gentlemen, your mission is to represent your branch's service. You will face off Force on Force on the #1 share lunker lake in the country, Lake Fork, for the best 5-fish limit and big fish to see just who can adapt, overcome, and achieve mission accomplishment. Gentlemen, at this time, turn your attention to the rules of engagement. The ROE. You have 4 hours to conduct your operation. This is a slot lake, meaning anything caught between 0 and 16 inches can be counted. Anything caught between 16 and 24 inches, you cannot count in this operation. This is a 5-fish limit, big bass. Each team will be provided an Ardent Denny Brauer Pro Series rod, 6 of them on your boat. The challenge is up to y'all to figure out which rod to use while the other one's using another rod. And you'll also all be provided your Strike King Combat Basic Load for this operation. Each team has the exact same amount of products and type of products to ensure everybody is on the same sheet of music out there for this operation. Are there any questions at this time?
No, sir.
Gentlemen, this time bring it in tight. Take out pen and paper, prepare to copy. Hold all questions till the end. I want to direct your attention to this underwater bridge right here.
Here is your G2 report. Lake Fork is one of the most famous big bass lakes in the country, but for this competition, the anglers are facing tough times. This matchup is during the fall lake turnover, when temperatures throughout the water column become similar enough to change fish feeding habits. This is an afternoon matchup. The high temperature of 62 is on its way down to an overnight low of 42. But the major player today are the wind gusts, up to 30 miles per hour. Travel in between spots is brutal and will play a part in today's outcome.
Marine bass anglers, are there any questions at this time?
No, sir.
Army bass anglers, any questions at this time?
No, sir.
Does Jessie have any questions?
She's ready, sir.
She's ready.
Sir,
Well,
Jesse would like to get in the boat with the Marines, I believe.
we'll find out. Gentlemen, at this time, shake hands and move out and draw fire.
Good luck, brother. Good luck. Y'all be safe.
Good luck, be safe.
Good old Arkansas boys. I believe they're gonna have to take a little bit of a whooping today.
You know, we got one spot that we know we're gonna light them up a little bit. We got a good bite going there, so we're gonna hit that pretty hard. We'll see what happens though. This north wind and these conditions could change some things. You know, from what we think could be happening. So we'll see. We'll go check it out. We'll go hit the spot that we did our reconnaissance, our map reconnaissance on, and we'll go see how it looks.
All right, let's go do this. Woo!
When Force on Force returns, see what happens when one too many of these drops lands on a camera. Force on Force is brought to you by BioBore Fuel Additives, by Power Pole, the shallow water anchor, by Strike King, and by Skeeter Boats.
I was stationed at Fort Hood, assigned to 1st Cav, and I was assigned to the only active mounted duty soldiers on horseback. So we actually rode horses, and we did parades, and we did put on shows and everything. And this is a members only coin. So only the members of horse attachment get this, and this means a whole lot to me. I'll cherish this the rest of my life. It's got more memories than you would know.
The clock is counting down. 4 hours to find and catch fish. The Army team is headed 25 minutes south. The Marines are also heading south toward the dam, with both teams making a long run, cutting the actual fishing time from 4 to 3 hours. These areas will have to produce to make the gamble worthwhile.
All right, so I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. In here, you can see the screen. We're gonna go straight back into this creek channel that runs in here. As you can see, there's a hump back here. And then on the map, it showed that there's a pipeline that runs through here. So we had an actual physical map out. We're looking through, we saw a pipeline, and we recognized the creek channel and some humps. So typical fall stuff that you see is, you know, those shad get pushed back in these coves with the bass chase them, and they kind of just bury them back here and hold them there, and they'll start running through there throughout the day and, you know, feed as they want to. So with this wind, you know, pushing out of the north, you know, not exactly 100% on how it's going to fish, if it's going to blow these shad out of here or not, but we're hoping to come back here and, you know, find them schooled up on some of these humps. So that's what we're heading back to.
Have a feeling with that north wind, cool temperatures overnight, we're just gonna have to see if these fish are chasing right now. If they're not chasing, a bunch of shad right there. If they're not chasing, then we're gonna have to look, because these Florida strain fish, when they get cold, when these cold fronts blow through like this, they're gonna suck right up against cover. And they are going to lock up. Hard to catch.
Adapt and overcome is the frequent phrase in the military. The Army team is living it. While the Marines at least have lines in the water, the lanes have double trouble. One part makes it tough to catch fish, the other part makes it tough to show it to you. Notice what is happening during this 25-minute boat ride. The farther they go, the more water on the camera lens, and eventually into the body of the camera. Our cameramen have to be brave like the warriors on the boat, but perhaps in this case, a little too brave. A splash like this on a bumpy ride and this camera was done. We ran another camera out, but that was only part of the problem. The other, the trolling motor, was not functioning properly, and on a day with 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, a busted trolling motor could spell doom. But the Army had another weapon.
Luckily, our boat had a power pole on it. Thank God for power pole. So we idled up where we wanted to, dropped the power pole, fished a little, picked it up, moved along and everything. So we had about an hour and a half fish.
And so with their power pole, the Army found their way to Little Caney Creek. The odds were against them, but this team is from western Arkansas and has experience on Lake Fork.
Well, we ain't started off too good today. Lost the camera, trolling motor broke, but we're gonna make the best of it. Marines were just loaded up and went to the house. You can catch a fish of a lifetime right here in this lake.
A father-son team on the water is a special opportunity for the Lane boys.
Oh, it's great. It's the best thing there is. I can't have a better fishing partner. He's always there for me, and we do everything together.
He taught me everything. My values in life, how to respect myself and respect other people, and do right.
When father taught son to catch a big keeper, this probably isn't what he had in mind.
Look at that bird nest.
I didn't see that you were gonna do something like that.
You want your hat back?
Yeah. See, that's what happens when you don't pay attention when you're casting. You don't look behind you.
Don't stand right there. There's your hat.
He is.
It's him for not standing right up against me. He's standing too far back. He knows better.
It ain't the first time I ain't been hooked.
When Force on Force returns, meet the third member of Team Army. And the Marines have reason to shout.
Please, 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 please. Goodness gracious, come on.
Force on Force is brought to you by BioBore Fuel Additives, by Dermatone, by Bassminder, by Valley Fashions, and by FantasyBass.com. The easiest fantasy fishing to win. Register, play, win. In our last segment, you saw one lane get his hat thrown into the lake thanks to a crankbait thrown by another lane. It was good for a laugh and a wet hat. But there must be something in the water because the Marines had a similar fate, albeit with a slightly higher consequence.
Yep, we got blood.
I get you good? Let's see. Oh, it's just a little one.
Can I get my hat back before it drowns? That'd be number 2 today.
I got it.
It makes it a lot cooler with that wet hat.
There he is. I got him. Thank you, son. I love you. Yeah. 13 and a half. You like him, Jesse, huh? 105. I love you. Now bring back your sister and your brother and everybody else.
She usually lays down and rests unless she hears a bird or something like that. She'll be up running around. Or she was barking at deer right before that, come down there on the bank and everything, scared them off. And she can hear your line stretch when you're setting the hook. And she's up there looking for that fish. She used to eat the fish up, and we had to make her quit that. And now she just lick on them and everything, and smell them and everything. So we still let her get a little bit of it. She has to have some of her excitement.
She got a little Jimmy Houston.
Maybe a lot.
Yeah.
When we last left the Marines, Scott Deaton was trying to keep his head together, literally. This should help.
What you really like to see on that graph with the electronics and stuff we have nowadays, you can actually see the arcs and different things and that's generally an indicator, or you'll see humps below them of fish that are either cutting up through those balls of shad, which that's great because that means they're feeding pretty hard on them. And a lot of times you'll see them underneath and they'll just have them balled up. So we've got the shad, now we just got to find some active fish that want to eat them. There's one right there.
Yeah, there is.
Boom. Fish on. My rod broke. Oh, please, 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 please. Now look, these fish over here fight. Goodness gracious, come on. Whoa.
They're schooling.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on, he's coming up. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, get ready. Yeah! 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 That's what I'm talking about! Yeah! Yeah!
That's an over.
How about an over? How about an over?
Over.
Hello! Yeah. All right.
All those Army guys.
Woo! How about that, y'all? That is why you come to Lake Fork. It don't matter if it's blowing 30 miles an hour, the lake's 6 foot low. You come out here for an opportunity of one of those. Oh, my goodness. 815.
Oh, nice. So I was in between the two.
815. So we're both semi-right. We had her judged right in the middle. 815. That's awesome. That is awesome. There is nothing better for a bass fisherman than to be able to catch one. I mean, whew. When I quit getting amped up like that, when my hands stop shaking like that, I'm selling all my fishing gear.
Hey guys, check that out. See that hook? How it bent? I mean, that's just the size and power of those fish. He's probably been caught before, you know, he's big for a reason, you know, these fish get like that. But they try to go down that wood so they can bury themselves so they can protect, you know, that's where their protection is. But you can see how bad he was pulling, just that hook. I mean, just look at that thing.
Y'all catching any fish? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Look, we just put it over in the boat. We'll see you at the ramp. Got him? Got him?
Yep, I'm gonna turn back towards you.
Okay.
Bring him in.
Oh yeah.
Force on Force is brought to you by All Seasons Feeders, by Ardent, by Bass Angler Magazine, and by Oakley.
Got him?
Yep.
Got him?
Yep, I'm gonna turn back towards you.
Okay.
Bring him in.
Oh yeah. Well, my goodness, looky here.
Man, these Marines are catching them, huh?
Just about any lake in Texas, that right there is a solid keeper. The Lake Fork being the big fish lake it is, that right there is likely going to be a slot fish.
And he's well over, he's 19 inches. So he's in that unlegal limit, so we gotta let this fish go. Good solid fish, you know, Lake Fork bass fishing, marine bass anglers. So, you know, we'll keep catching them. We either gotta upsize or downsize. It's kind of funny thing here. So we'll let this fish go, nice and easy. All right, so we'll get bigger and then somebody else can catch her. All right, man, let's catch another one.
Let's go. We were kind of, oh, fish. Little, itty bitty.
Still counts.
Itty bitty.
Still counts, weigh it.
Weigh it.
Yeah, weigh it, it still counts. You never know.
That is a future Lake Fork hog. That is 0.22 with the wind blowing. We having fun yet? I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
I'll let you take the big fish today, that's fine. I mean, I'm cool with it. You know, it's a team event, so, you know, it's like, you know, it's just like when you have a shooting partner, you know, the guy's spotting for you as you're out there. You know, the other guys with the binos behind you spotting. You know, I kind of just spotted you, held you in place, found the fish, said, hey, they're schooling, bam, you catch one. Yeah, I'll take it.
Snipers get all the credit, that's all I can tell you.
You'll be there. You can have the glory this time.
Sniper to get all the credit. Hey, Gunner? Nah, not so much.
Yeah, speaking of credit, you know who doesn't get any credit ever? The infantry. We don't get any credit for anything. You know?
We're the first guys, and all these Army guys talking all this smack. They get to riding tanks.
I know. These guys are always talking about tanks and how rough life is.
Airplanes,
You know,
jumping out of airplanes.
I spent 9 years in Marine Corps infantry, and you know, I don't remember riding any tanks. I don't remember that being a luxury. I remember a lot of walking involved, and
Lots of walking.
A lot of patrols in Iraq on foot. But, yeah, the grunts. That's really where my heart's at. I really like my fellow grunts. Those guys are, you know, special.
Jesse! Come kiss a winner, Jesse! Look at this. You see this right here?
Uh-huh.
That's blood, cuz. I caught a whole crankbait right across the
Be
head.
up on his butt.
It straightened my hooks too. Can you believe that? I couldn't even use it afterwards.
Hey,
No.
hey, I said jarhead, it's more like hardhead.
They can't call you jarheads. They can't call you a jarhead no more.
Yeah, they can.
They found out they can put things in jars now.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, congratulations, guys. You made it back safe and sound. You've accomplished the first task of this mission, which was making it back on time. With that said, we're going to move into the after-action review and get started with that, starting with Army Bass Anglers. And where's my knife? Did you guys take my knife?
No, sir.
Did you take my knife?
Negative, sir.
All right, we're going to have to adapt and overcome so we can continue on with the mission. And we can use a tent stake down here. All right, we're good to go. I think a 10 stake will work. Starting with the after action review at 1500 hours, Army Bass Anglers, walk us through your day.
Well, we took off and it was rough out there, and we ran clear on the other side of 15 Bridge out there and was feeling good and everything. Got to our spot, turned the motor off, set the trolling motor down, no trolling motor. No camber for a while. Power pole saved us. So we pulled into a few spots, powered down, fished, pulled it up, moved up, powered down and everything, and finally caught one fish. And that's all we caught today. We made it all the way back safe.
Oh, so one fish, what was the weight?
105.
All right, starting at 1500, we launched out of here. It was a pretty rough ride. We're both fishing next to each other on the front of the boat, and yeah, I got a little amped up. I think I started casting pretty fast, and as you can see, right here on my partner's head, he has a battle wound here. So if you can actually see, I got him pretty good with my crankbait.
Nice. We got some battle assessment here. We got some battle injuries.
Don't feel bad.
See the hat?
What actually
Wounded in action, huh?
What actually happened, I knocked some sense into him at that point. We turned the boat back around, and we started hitting an area. I let him know there's some fish schooling just up ahead. He threw his bait in there, and he loaded up on the rod. We started getting to a fight. I grabbed the net, pulled it out. He lifted the boat, the fish up, and we got in the net. Pretty big fish that we put in there. Kept fishing. Right after that, we got close to a tree, put it up. I caught a 19-inch fish, which is in the slot, so we had to throw that one back. Then we caught another little fish after that, and so we ended up with having two weighable fish for about 839 was our total.
Oh, awesome. Big fish was how much?
Big fish was 817.
817, biggest fish for this episode. That's awesome. Cool. Congratulations, guys. Well, I hate to say it, Army Bass Anglers, but it sounds like you got bested by the Marine Bass Anglers. Good job from Lake Fork.
Congratulations.
Good job.
And with that said, congratulations, Marine Bass Anglers. You get to move on to the next round of competition. And Army Bass Anglers, you need to hand over all your Strike King combat load. And you guys now have new combat power for the next round of competition. Job well done. Cool. Good job, guys. Draw fire.
As we check our Carhartt Force T leaderboard, we see the Marines moving past the Army into the next round.